Hi everyone, this is Reiki Love from Reiki School. How are you? Today we're going to talk about those people. This came up from one of our shadow healing class, and it is often, this topic often comes up, so it is worthwhile to cover and explore. Do you know those people who shows up time and time and kind of like, ooh, yuck, or like elicit some type of response? Oh, I hate those people, or like, oh yes, one of those. um, it's us versus them kind of things, and it's not necessarily, it have to be horrendous example. It could be, the could be one of your family member or the person you know very well, or sometimes you just, happen to experience that people, you know, the part of your life, kind of pose your life, or kind of, you know, um, give us a colorful experience, let's say. So those people, right? Would you have those people shows up time to time? Like, I can't stand those unawakened people who had audacity to judge my hard work. Well, that's kind of like, maybe exaggerated expression, but I hope you understand, what we try to say here. I don't understand her. She's not a nice person yet. She can't tell feeling over other people, she's a psychic. Or, she could lead some kind of interdimensional communication, for example. I hate those women who use a sexual appeal to get ahead at work, or something similar. Those people. Wow. First, celebrate it, especially if when this person triggers you, your emotional body, your emotion, quite deeply and quite sharply. Kind of like come right to your somatic tissue, your guts, or like, or something like, something crawling under the skin, kind of. I'm just becoming a little silly and a little animated here because it almost has to, Well, anyway, especially you have that response. Wow, congratulations. I really want you to celebrate that moment, because this it could be one ticket to, or I would say one step closer to your freedom. If you're taking a shadow healing class, you know what I mean exactly. But it is a kind of the, how do you say this? The welcoming opportunity. The key is, especially when it trigger your emotion. Okay, your feeling, emotion is kind of your feeling, and actually translate into your body response. So that is an emotion. E, energy, emotion. Got it? Well, let's skip the order between step and lastly. So first, congratulate, and last, graduate. Right? Another celebration. Let us graduate together. What does it mean? Well, more often than you think, those people are your shadow team. Ha! We're supposed to graduate together. Remember? Oops. Because otherwise, ta-da! We'll come back, likely together again. Oh no, this reincarnation cycle is killing us. See, I'm really animated today. Well, let's go back, rewind. The first, celebrate it, right? I emphasize especially the emotional body response. Right? And step two, observe. It's not necessarily every single thing, the skin crawl and needed to be fully examine. But if it is something, the familiar scene, this happened before more than once. Can you again? Have we met before? And then you got some case here. Step 3, choose wisely. What are we choosing here? Well, you probably already did choose, but hey, let's go back to the point where you are about to have some reaction. Okay, that point. Likely, we already acted out based on our subconscious, directive, meaning that our subconscious took the lead and react. So our body probably reacted. I don't know how far you reacted and finish it, but maybe just a response that happened, within your body, and not necessarily had a following action, let's say. But this is at this point, it is subconscious. Your subconscious is actually responding. So when the subconscious respond, it become reaction to us, because we are under the mental directive, our logical mind direct. But once you have a reaction, it is a subconscious is leading. Anyway, so that is likely that the repetitive things that we're doing every time, those people show up in our life. Now, since you realize, wait, is this familiar? Maybe the actor and actress change, but if it wasn't him, it was another him, or another her, whatever it is. It's the same kind of scenario, same kind of thing displayed right in front of you. Now, you have a choice to respond rather than react. But this takes a little, how to say, conscious choice. So first you need to realize, aware, and recognize it. And if you thought about it, okay, this is a kind of repeated theme where I'm experiencing it. This is something here that I may need to shift my reaction to response. Now, the higher choice is act out of love and not out of subconscious mind. The act out of love requires some practice and understanding what is really love, what is love, because human love is not necessarily the love that we're talking here. And also understand and in that full appreciation of this whole things, those things. So I'm not going to talk too much about it here because this is not necessarily the shuttle class itself, but once you able to shift your choice and choose act of love, okay, response, even the act of a reaction, it's fine, act of love. That's probably the best scenario. You are reacting from out of love. It becomes your new response. At that point, a lot of things happen actually, within yourself and outside of yourself. And then how do you know it actually worked? Okay, the best way to know it actually didn't work, this would not happen to you. Those people were not going to show up in your life. Let's see, those people, or it's there, but you're fully engaged, right? Fully there, but your emotional body won't react. And you'll be able to, every time you'll be able to respond from the love standpoint. Yeah. Hello, my dear. So this is a part of freedom teaching because those people are your teachers who look like a crazy baby crazy person, crazy. It looks like an alien or whatever, crazy something else. Are you human, right? Or kind of crying baby. Like until you do something, you just don't stop, and it make you go crazy too, until you calm the baby down with a lullaby and put the little boy in a bed, right? You can't function right. Oh no, oops. As a teacher, I've been bad mouthing about them for all this time. I was thinking about all sorts of things about them, and you're gonna say oops. So I would suggest to create more of those oops moments, because the more you realize, right, this oops moment, more of the tickets to freedom you're accumulating, right? The more ticket to freedom you have, likely you will make yourself free at some point, right? So oops is very good. Well, utilize it in a very good way, let's say. Because you know what? We are supposed to graduate together. We supposed to lift each other. So let's do it. We lift each other and then not dragging each other down. That is for sure. It is already tough out here. Why we do this to each other? We lift each other up, onward and upward, and as we graduate together. Now, here's a little catch. Most of the case I just told you is very applicable. I would say over 90%, probably more. However, the minor percentage of the time that's not true, especially if you're a star seed, okay? It's not only the lesson, but it's your mission. It's a very different story. So the shadow is not necessarily your projection, actually. Its shadow is there to be taught by you. You are the guide. You're the master. This is more like a master-student relationship, that it's not necessarily, part of your projecting out. No, you actually took this mission and it would teach like a friend, but with a firm, tough love. Okay, it's very different situation than the one I just described. But this is a very minor case, very rare case, but I've seen this case quite often in my practice. So that's why I wanted to mention. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Always love, joy, laughter. Those things, high quality vibration, high frequency. Say yes to love, yes to joy, yes to laughter. Thank you for watching. Thank you for expanding your mind. Let's learn together. lakeschool.com. Till then.